George, we're seeing now the Samoan head of state as he is welcomed into Apia Park.
It's good to see His Highness being with us today to watch the game, and he's a great supporter of the rugby and of Manu Samoa in Samoa. A few minutes now before the teams come out for kickoff, and obviously we'll have
first time, Apia. Georgia, yes, so. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this afternoon's match between Manu Samoa and Georgia. Samoa Rugby Union wishes to acknowledge its family of sponsors who made it possible for us to witness the game today. Bluesky Samoa, a pick from Maroan Baftai, is Sumaya Alex Abraham, the country manager, and also Sanjiwa Pereira, the chief commercial officer. As well as the
Talofa. I'd like to welcome you today to Apia Park, Samoa for the live broadcast of the rugby game between Samoa and Georgia. Your host today is George Latu, myself speaking, as well as Twala Matthew Vaya, bringing you live from Apia Park.
Talofa, George. Talofa, and welcome back here to Apia Park. And also, let us say, Kamajoba to our fans and our supporters in Tbilisi today and the rest of Georgia.
Well, Matthew, here we are at Apia Park. It's a shot of the crowd here at Apia Park today. Some of the stands here with the Samoan fans coming to watch the game here today. It's good to see that you've polished up on your Georgian.
Yes, I've had to. It's part of my learning curve about this wonderful Georgian side, a very strong emerging side who's sitting at about number 12 in world ranking today.
Okay, we've got a scene here of shots of the scenes of around Apia Park, and we've got the lineup for Georgia here. Starting from the front row, Ashishvili and Bredatsi, and then the locks, we've got Yogi Chaitse, got Yogi Nemsadze, the captain, number 6, Shuachashvili, number 7, Yogi Tiashvili, and number 8, Lasha Lomitse. The halfback is Begatse, number 10 is Hamatse, number 12 is Sharidatse, and then we have center, Karachava, and then on the two wings, Tadua and Pruitse, and at fullback is Merab Grichavili.
George, number 15, Grichavili, 92 caps, the most capped player in Georgian rugby.
Yes,
fantastic.
Fantastic record by Merab at fullback. Here,
And
the
here is
Samoan
the
lineup.
Manu Samoa team at number 1, Iono, and hooker Matu'u, number 3 on the tight end is Johnstone, number 4, Limalu, number 5, Polo. Those are the two locks. In the flanks, number 6, Fausiliva, number 7 is Ioane, number 8, first test for Samoa, Lepa, as well as number 9, Polata Ivao, number 10, we have Fapale, number 12, Afa Masanga, number 13 is Lilo, and number 11, and captain, David Lemmy, 14 on the right wing, Autanga Vaya, and for the first cap today at 15 at fullback, Nicolo.
So we've got a few new caps, 3 new players debuting for Samoa today, Matthew.
That's right, George. Number 8.
We've got on the screen. We've got now the reserves for both teams. Some notable players here for both sides. From Samoan side, there's some experience there with Tijisala and Gray, and some of these new players that are coming in for Samoa.
Manu Samoa.
Yes, I believe Lamb is also putting on the blue jersey for the first time. So some exciting opportunities for some of the players coming into Apia Park.
Here we have a shot of the embankment with some of the fans. You can see some fans for Georgia waving their placards, so which is good to see some support for Georgia here at Apia Park as well.
Georgia, here we see the traditional group of cultural entertainers in Samoa bringing out the Georgian flag. First of all, the Georgian flag, followed by the Georgian team.
Well, that's a great welcome by both sides, bringing out the traditional welcome for both sides with the two taupos and the flags, and the manayas following that, and both teams following out. Georgia, led by our captain David Lemmy, and Samoa by David Lemmy, and Georgia by the captain Shelsa
Chuchashvili. Let's welcome the Georgian team and World Cup 2015. Here you are, we're witnessing here, if you're watching from around the globe, from New Zealand, Australia, you're up north, you're in the Americas, welcome to Apia Park as we're about to start the tremendous much awaited test match between Manu Samoa and Georgia.
This game, the first of junior internationals, Fiji and Samoa as well, after playing Samoa here in the next 2 weeks.
Fantastic rugby, either the June or the summer window for the Southern Hemisphere, George. Also for the Northern Hemisphere, it's a chance to come and play some rugby in the heat. What a fantastic opportunity.
What an amazing shot that is, Matthew. Both teams lining up ready for the national anthems, and the traditional warriors and taupos lining up.
The grounds are looking in great condition there, George. The track, the red track, and also Apia Park, it looks in great nick today.
Oh, it's great conditions. We just had a little bit of rain just before, but I'm sure that won't affect the conditions. Perfect conditions for a great game today.
We were saying before we were watching the warm-up, George, both teams, but looking at the Georgian side as we watched them in the lineup, very physically well-built. They look well-built and they look well-prepared.
Well, look, that Georgian forward back looks pretty intimidating, but I'm sure, the boys in blue will be up to the task as well.
And here we are, we're about to witness both teams' national anthems. George, as we're witnessing the Georgian national anthem.
Please remain upstanding for the national anthem of Samoa to be performed by the Autalago e Whakasa Tanu Mamanono by Lale Ropati Solomona, Joan Afasene Mai, and Ete Wati Reopena.
Lo quale
Matthew, that was a beautiful rendition of the Samoa national anthem by this group, as well as also the Georgian national anthem.
Very emotional moment for the Georgian team as they went through the national anthem, as well as Manu Samoa.
So the Samoa now is Manu Samoa getting ready to do the traditional Sivatau challenge.
And this is probably the most looked forward to part for any visiting team to a park, is to face Manu Samoa with its traditional Sivatau. And here we are about to witness that. Fantastic version of our Sivatau, and for all our listeners from all parts of the globe, Sivatau basically means it's the war chant. Welcome to the battlefield.
Well, I think we're ready for some fireworks here, Matthew. The challenge has been laid out by Manu Samoa, and I think we're ready for a good one today.
Conditions are perfect, George, and looking at the forecast, a little bit of rain earlier, as you said, but now it's slightly overcast, not too hot, not a lot of breeze.
We'll probably favor the Georgians, these sort of conditions, but doesn't matter what the conditions are.
As you kick that ball off, anything can happen.
So our referee,
Ben O'Keefe, is our man in the middle today with the whistle.
And Samoa ready to kick off. Patrick Fa'apale's first five ready to kick off for Samoa.
Manu Samoa kicking off from the south to the northern end, with Georgia receiving from the north.
Server. Yep. David.
Both teams ready now for kickoff. Referee signals. Patrick kicks off for Samoa. Taken in by their number 8. Number 8, Lacha Lomitse. Drive by Georgia. Ball cleared by Georgia. The first 5. Hamadse puts it up. Ball taken by Samoa. Dropped by Samoa. Went backwards. Strong run from Fausiliva. Goes to the ground. Ball comes back for Samoa. Taken up by Samoa. On the ground now. Penalty for Georgia. Holding on to the ball. The referee signals holding on to the ball by number 6 for Samoa.
Very early call there. Very cool indication and the message here from the referee, O'Keefe, holding on to the ball. But George, just that first kick from Georgia allowed Samoa to get back into the game and regain position. First penalty of the match to Georgia. We're looking at about 42 meters out from the middle of the field, heading south in the Samoan half.
And their kicker for Georgia, Merab Kwekshvili, number 15, one of the most capped players for Georgia. I understand 92 caps for Georgia,
92
Matthew.
caps. That is a fantastic achievement to date.
And also, I also understand that the top point scorer as well.
That's right, George. As we await Kwekshvili's first attempt at goal.
Flags go up by a penalty by Merab Kwekshvili for Georgia, number 15. 3 points for Georgia. In the first 5 minutes of this game, live from Apia Park between Georgia and Samoa. If you're listening this game's going live to Europe, Australia and New Zealand, and we'd like to say Gama Jobara. If you're in Tbilisi, Georgia, that's hello. Talofa from Samoa. Ball taken up by Georgia, driven by Georgia. Strong drive there by the Georgian forwards. Going for 5 meters.
That's one.
Ball still there for Georgia, being cleared. Cleared by the halfback Begatse. Taken up by Hamatse, the first 5. Ball taken by Samoa, by wing Autangavaya. Rolls up and goes to the ground. Good catch by Autangavaya for Samoa. Ball cleared, goes out to Patrick Fapale, or to Fatingale Malu. On the ground, ball cleared by Polate Vau to Patrick Fapale. Ball taken up by Rayleigh Law. Strong drive by Samoa. Still on his feet, goes to ground now. Ball cleared by Polate Vau. Patrick Fapale. Teofilo takes it up strongly, goes onto the ground.
No hands.
Ball cleared by Polate Vau. Taken by Fapale. Taken strongly by number 8. Joe Lepper, one of the new caps for Samoa, goes to ground.
On.
Ball cleared now by Polate Vau. Fapale first receiver, taken up by Fatingale Malu, goes to ground.
Hold.
Cleared again by Polate Vau. Taken strongly up. And then now Rayleigh Lowe takes him strong up on the sideline. Fortunately goes to the side. Taken out by the defense, Georgian defense.
Georgia, we're seeing some good passes of play there, both from Georgia receiving from the short off, and now Samoa trying to build up some things. We're seeing some good runs, some good injections there from number 12.
Some good handling by the Samoan backs there. You know, you could see they're probably throwing their hands early. Matthew trying to run the ball at every chance, and I think we'll be in for a good game. That's going to happen.
Early confidence builder for Lilo. We've seen him break half breaks already early in the game.
Line up on the 22 with a Georgian throw-in. Was it just a break for injury break?
Looks like we have an injury, short injury break here, George.
Well, you know, like this Georgian side, it's the first of the June internationals here facing Samoa at Apia Park, but without their inspirational captain, Mamuka Gogotse, who was an inspiration during the World Cup in last year. Thrown in by Georgia, taken, cleared by their halfback, Pegatse. Taking it up by number 7. Chachavili.
Didn't wrap. Didn't wrap.
Penalty here, George.
Samoa penalty. Penalty to Georgia. On the 22-meter line. As Mirab Kokshavili, the fullback, finds touch for Georgia.
Left footer George, kicks very solid, and obviously good confidence after his first conversion.
So we see here, number 7 for Georgia, Tilashvili, takes it up, goes to ground, and I think he was being held down by the Samoan player. I think that was an infringement.
Appears to be
The ball goes in to Georgia, to the third center, Kacharava. Ball's cleared out by Georgia. Ball's there, ball available. Penalty.
This play's gone straight over.
Penalty called by the ref. Samoan player went straight over the ball.
Number 5 blue.
Number 5 blue went straight over the ball. It's the ref.
That's Polo there, the lock for Samoa. George, that's the third penalty in the last 5 minutes for Samoa.
Yes, the Samoans have got to be very careful. You know, to give away 3 penalties in the 5 minutes, that's too much. You've got to be careful with these early penalties. This guy is a pretty hot shot, so you've got to be careful. He's a pretty good kicker, this guy, Mirab Quikshavili.
Looking at him already, George, his technique, line clearance, and his goal kicking. If he nails this one, level will be right up there for Georgia.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're already free up, and this touch, this kick coming up, it's be a booster for them. So we have Mirab Quikshavili, fullback for Georgia, taking the shot about 40 meters out. Goes up and kicks it. Good shot.
Right down the middle, George.
Quikshavili for Georgia. They're 6-0 to Georgia. First 7 minutes of this game at Apia Park.
I'm sure Manu Samoa coach Alamo Yormia will be getting the message out to with some concerns around those penalties, George.
Yeah, they've got to cut down the penalties. They're just it's costing the team. So ball taken now by Georgia. They're number 11, which is Todua, the winger, Todua. Sandro Todua for for Georgia. Now the ball's on the ground. Been cleared by their halfback, Begatse. Ball taken by Samoa. Fausiliva takes it, passes it out. The ball's put it up by Samoa. It's a high ball by Samoa. Taken by Georgia, the fullback Mirab, who kicks it out on in touch.
That's a good clearance from the fullback there, Bukashvili. Another solid left-footed clearance just to get Georgia out of the red zone.
Yeah, he's pretty good player there, that fullback Mirab.
Keep them down, Black.
Also, Georgia seems to be using tactics of boxing and using that thin, touch line.
So ball goes out to backs. Taken up by Fausiliva strongly. Ball cleared. David Lemmy, the captain, clears it. Goes to Patrick Vapale. Goes out to... driven back strongly by Georgia. Ball taken up again by Samoa. Goes out, taken by Joe Leopard, number 8 for Samoa. Driven back by Georgia. Ball cleared now. Comes out to back line. Strong carry by James Johnston for Samoa. Lays it back. Strong run by Fausiliva, number 6 for Samoa. Ball on the ground. Plotov ready to clear. Books a box kick out, but is blocked by Georgia. Ball comes back. Taken by their captain, Shukiashvili. Ball comes out. Strong run from Georgia forwards. Presenting the ball for Georgia. Ball taken up by number 10. Ball drops it. Caught by Samoa.
No advantage. Lost forward.
No advantage there. Signaled by the ref. No advantage. Then lost forward going back for the scrum.
George, we're seeing here the forwards from the Georgia doubling up,
in the air by Blue.
as they take the ball into contact, and they are making ground.
You can see the tactics early from Georgia, using their forwards, taking it up 2 or 3 times, gaining ground, and then setting the platform for their backs.
Okay.
So here's your first scrum of the match. It'll be interesting to see how they line up in the scrums. For Samoa, we have
People.
the both teams ready for scrum at the 40-meter line. Georgia put in. Number 9, Georgi Begatse, halfback ready to put in the ball.
Fine.
First scrum, ref calls it up.
See the battle of the tight 5 here, George.
Yes, well, the referee warning them both front rows to come straight down and to hold their length. Ball ready to be put in by Georgi Begatse.
6.
Scrum collapses. A bit of a slip. The scrum ring being reset. Yeah, some of these players play the front row and the tight forwards for Georgia. Matthew, I understand a lot of them play for these top teams in France, in these top 14 teams in France.
Just looking at their profiles, a lot of their forwards are playing their trade in the Premiership in France. So good rugby.
Very, very experienced
long
players.
Season and very experienced.
Very experienced front row and forward pack. Like I said before, I mean, Georgia, without their inspirational captain from last year, Mamuka Gugotsi, the number 8, who led them last year at the World Cup, who's still in France with playoff finals in France.
Fine.
It was win over Tonga in the World Cup 2015.
Yes.
Free kick to Georgia.
Taken strongly up by the number 8, Lasha Lomitze. Goes to ground, sets it up. Halfback, Georgi Begatse. Drops the ball. Ball lost for it. Advantage being played by the ref. 2 knocks on.
It's a little bit slippery out there, George. A little bit of rain, a little bit of dew on the ground. We're seeing a few of the players lose their footing.
Yeah, we just had a bit of rain just before, so the ball is a bit slippery and also the footing, so yeah, they've just got to play through these conditions. The referee playing advantage there.
George, here's an opportunity for Samoa. First put in for the Manu Samoa scrum. Plenty of room on the right. Let's see how they will attack.
How do you see this, Matthew? If you were Coach Alamba, what would you be doing here?
Probably the first option is maybe look at some territory to the far corner on the north. Otherwise, we'll look to try and break through the midfield or run it off your
So here we see a knock on by Georgia. That was the second knock on, but it was the first knock on to Georgia, and the coach was playing advantage. Samoa. So we have here the scrum.
Really happy with you two. It's this side we need to sort out now. Okay.
two packs look pretty even there, George. Just looking at their size. Not sure what the weight is for the packs, but they look.
Referee here trying to sort some issues out between the two front rows. Got James Johnson on the tight head for Samoa, who plays in England. And Mutu Mutu is hooker, who plays for the Hurricanes in New Zealand for Samoa. Put in by Samoa, ball comes to the back, goes out to the half back. Patrick Fapale kicks it out, knocked out, caught by Murad, the fullback, kicks it back, caught by Atunavaya. He puts an up and under up, was it Patrick Fapale, an up and under, chases it. Caught by the number 8, Lemitse for Georgia, lays it up. Ball goes out to Georgia. Chased by Captain David Lemmy. Kicks. And one touch. But a cat and mouse there. Matt,
just feeling each other out, trying to establish some territory. But that's a great clearance from the captain, the Samoan captain, David Lemmy.
There's a shot off the Samoan forwards. James Johnston there on the right, and Joe Lepper.
Shoelaces fine now. Play on.
Debutants for Samoa. Thrown in by Georgia. Looking at their two logs.
I'm back, Bob.
Gyoginam Satse, he takes it in for Georgia, set up the maul, they're mauling it up. Ball in the coming to Brigatse. He takes it up strongly, hooker Brigatse runs up, passes it back, and then taken by number 5, Gyoginam Matse for Georgia. Ball goes out to Georgia. Set up. They're half back.
3!
Brigatse
Don't drop the foot. Play
ready to
on.
clear the ball. Clears it out. Taking up number 7, Tiashvili. Sets up the ruck. Bigatse clears it. Little up and under. Ball chased by number 12, Shakisvili. Ball on the line now.
5 metre scrum.
Referee
Taken
calls
back
for
by
5 metre
Blue.
scrum. Taken by Blue.
Blue.
5 metre scrum.
George, we're seeing here that slippery ground, and Georgia taking early advantage, just putting in the small chip and turning one side more defence to run backwards.
Very smart play. Very smart play from Georgia.
Play. Once again, we're seeing the double up. 2 players technical contact.
Feel the problem.
Well, you know, if they've got their New Zealand coach Milton Haig, who is the coach for Georgia, and from who used to be in the counties and Bay of Plenty as well.
That's right. He's been coaching in the NPC for counties for a while, and also in club rugby. Been around the Auckland scene for a while, so he comes from good caliber now applying his trade. Great knowledge to Georgia.
Well, Milton Haig is some of the part of the New Zealand contingent of coaches that are applying their trade in Europe. We have Warren Gatton in Wales, and we have Joe Schmidt in Ireland. So a number of New Zealand quality coaches that are applying their trade in Europe.
That's right, and don't forget our own Pat Lamb coaching in,
that's right.
in Ireland.
In Ireland, yes.
And doing, I believe, a pretty good job.
Pretty good job. If you're listening in, Pat, good luck, mate.
Talava, Kamajoba, Pat.
So we have a scrum here set up. 5 meters from the try line for Georgia. Is the Georgia put in?
Crouch.
Georgia Bigatse, half back for
5.
Georgia, ready to put it in.
We might be seeing a few of these breakups in the scrum today, George, due to the wet ground.
Referee trying to sort some of these issues out between the two front rows. And these fun and games between the front rows. There's always, in the beginning, there's always fun and games, trying to feel it out, feel each other out, and so it's always interesting. Both front rows setting up now.
Georgia 5 meters in the take, hard on the Samoan try line.
Halfback Bekatsi ready to put in the ball. Scrum. Ball comes to the back. Strong scrum by Georgia, comes back. Penalty, I think it was reaching in, a penalty for reaching in. Referee has penalized Georgia. So the penalty given by number 5, understand number 5, Georgi Nemsatse, or number 8. Reaching into the scrum and pulling back, that's the penalty by the ref.
George, that's a bit of a relief for Manu Samoa, just to clear some pressure and get away from their 22.
I don't know why the number 8 would have done that. I mean, their scrum was starting to dominate, and they would have probably had a good scrum, but he gave away the penalty by doing this stupid thing.
That's right, George, maybe a little bit of patience, maybe
yeah,
more timing, and a little clear run.
So we have thrown by Samoan on the halfway line by hooker Motumotu'u. Ball goes to Georgia, picked up by Georgian, goes into the ground. Cleared by number 9, the Gatse. Clears it out. And goes to number 10. Hamatse has a good run. Hamatse keeps running for about 20 meters. Finally taken by Samoa. Ball cleared by George, taken it up by number 8, Lomitse. But Georgia goes on the ground, sets it up for his backs. Ball taken up again by the lock number 5, Namsetse for Georgia. Ball going shot to the back. Full back kicks it to Otunavayo, takes it. Free kicks, calls the mark for the ball. Number 14 for Samoa, Otunavayo, who plies his trade, I understand, in New Zealand at the moment.
Currently playing in Nevis in France.
Oh, in France, sorry. Ball not out. Pass back in by Georgia. Again to the fullback, Mirab Kwichavili. Takes it up strongly, passes it out. Strong run from Georgia. Strong run. Ball now recovered on the Samoan side. Comes back, but Georgia kicks it ahead. Again recovered by Teofilo Polo, who runs strongly, goes to the ground. Ball on the Samoan side. David Lemmy acting as halfback. Ball going into the Samoan backs. Out to really low, who has a strong run, makes a good step, outside to David Lemmy. Pulled back by the ref. I think it was a forward back pass there, Mep.
And that is great cover defense by, I think it was a lock forward who just got on to David Lemmy.
That it was almost marginal, that pass, wasn't it?
Flatline pass.
Flatline pass.
Okay. Flatline pass.
Great run. That was a great move by Samoa, putting the ball out to the speedsters on the wing.
Play on, it's the 15. We have a scrum here. Okay.
George, I noticed the Georgians, when they go into the contact area, the presentation of the ball.
Happy timing. And,
Great execution by so scrum here on the 25-meter line. Put into Georgia by Georgia. Looks like a change for, it's a fullback, Merab Kwichavili for Georgia. Scrum ready to be set.
Now attacking scrum for Georgia. Yeah, 25 meters into the Samoan half. 5 meters from touch.
Ball's ready to be put in by Georgia. Halfback Pigatse. Scrum collapses, goes down. Scrum to be reset.
A bit of pressure there in the front row there, George.
Yeah. That's the best part of the game, Matt. Referee talking to the front rows. It's like hard work out there.
It's be hot out there in this heat. A little bit of rain, a little bit of humidity. The scrum is about to pack now. Georgia, 25 minutes into attack.
Crouch!
He comes in, put in by Pigatse for Georgia. Strong push from Georgia. Going for 5 meters, 10 meters. Advantage played by the referee to Georgia. More penalized. I think it was a tight head for Samoa. Angling in. With no advantage to Georgia and go back to the infringement. And I think the fullback will be coming up to take the shots.
Shot call.
Just for our friends in our view overseas, that's Sigmund.
That's over here.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
You know, it's a secret, Matt. It's a secret from the old
thanks, mate.
Props Club.
Well, I've got it.
Look, it's usually trying to go in, trying to boy
Just
into
one
your
moment
hooker,
after the kick.
make the hook uncomfortable and go back. So,
Yeah, but it's scrum.
It's called the dark arts on
Fair
front
play
row.
to the tackle.
Well, this guy, Mera Bichavili, fullback for Georgia, pretty good kicker, pretty handy, probably about 25 meters out from the right hand side for left foot kicker. That should be okay for him.
This guy doesn't waste time. Great technique, great strike on the ball. Burkashvili.
Missed the kick.
David.
First miss for the day.
First miss for Mera.
Okay.
Just,
I'll look at
kicked
that
it
too.
to the
What I saw was the angle going in. That's why I went in and down. I'll look at the final.
Restart on the 22-meter line.
Papale Samoa, number 10, about to restart.
Takes a long kick. Taken by Georgia. Taken by Gatse. Takes it out to number 8, Lomitse. Strong run from Lomitse, number 8, goes to the ground. Sets it up for Georgia. Penalized there.
Let it go, guys, let it go.
Penalty to Georgia. Holding on to the ball. It was number 3, James Johnson for Samoa. Holding on to the ball.
Penalties right on halfway, George, for Samoa. Not too many penalties coming for Manu Samoa. So this is a rerun. Papale about to gain territory. Plays well.
As well. Last time these two sides met, not two.
Yes, I believe it was the Northern Hemisphere Tour by Manu Samoa in 2014, around November in Tbilisi.
Yes, and it was a famous one for Georgia, beating
Great
Samoa
victory.
16-15.
16-15, 1-point victory to Georgia, as it were.
So I'm pretty, we saw a run from Lomitse, the number 8 for Georgia, goes to the ground and holds on to the ball, and that was the reason for that penalty.
It's good pressure from Yone.
Well, for him, Samoa, taken by Samoa. TJ Yone takes it up strongly, strong run from TJ Yone, goes to the ground, ball cleared by, taken up by Fatingale Malu, sets it up, great run from someone forwards, and again by number 8. Loses the ball.
Lost opportunity there, Jaws. The boys in blue were building a great momentum. Two or three phases.
Great movement by the someone forwards. That's probably the way they should be doing this. Just putting out the forwards carrying strongly and then through the backside. Unfortunately, for Joe Nepa, he's lost the ball in his run.
So David told me about their bind, so I'll look at that as well. Just go straight.
Just taking that ball into contact, actually the ball making contact with the Georgian defender.
I think it was the Georgian defender who came across and hit it out of his hands.
Just here, guys.
Scrum here, 10 meters.
Yeah, we must keep our gap, okay? We must come down, gap.
Put in by Georgia.
Let's go, James! Go, run, leader! Let's go, Stay here!
Starts ready to set.
Scrum for Georgia.
Stand up, please.
Called up.
Okay, just front rows. Come here. Front rows.
Refs talking to the front rows.
On having that gap, okay? The crouch is good, but when I say bomb, we come in, okay? I want us to come straight down
Not a bad
and
time
have
for
that
a breather
space.
for the
Then we can
players,
see.
George.
Okay, let's go.
The ref having a word to the front rows, probably telling them to bind properly.
Yep.
set again. Georgia put in 5 meters from the try line for Samoa. It'll be the first time that Samoa have been to this side of the
keep that
field
space.
for a long time now.
First time in that red zone in terms of attack. And
Crouch!
scrum.
Fine!
Guts there for Georgia,
6.
ready to put in. Strong scrum from Georgia.
Sit!
Strong scrum cleared by Bigatse. Passes it out to the fullback. The ball falling in by 15 for Samoa. Passes it out to Avaya, who puts in a long kick. By fullback Merab, then kicks it back to Samoa. Finds touch there. The breather for the forwards.
Quite a bit of territory finding there, a bit of kicking there, George. As the back three, the fullbacks are trying to feel each other out.
I like Avaya. He's pretty safe under the ball. Took pretty good kicks as well.
Still looking, angle.
With that sevens background, if you remember, he's great in the air, great aerial skills, and we're seeing that today here in Apia Park.
Winger!
And tonight we've got some of these summer internationals, the summer junior internationals. New Zealand taking on Wales, and Australia, England tonight.
Yep. Okay, good now.
Great, fantastic festival of rugby.
Yeah. Mato'u ready to throw in for Samoa, throws it in. Patingale Malu takes it. Passes it up to Patrick Vapale, who puts it up.
On out.
Traced. Todua, who has a strong arm, but it's put down by Joe Lepa. Georgia sets it up, ball coming to the back.
Keep waiting.
Bigatse ready to pass. Bigatse passes it out. And ball kicked down by Georgia, taken by Aotearoa. Pass it into Fasuliva, who makes a run up. A penalty to Samoa, advantage being played by the ref. Offside by Georgia.
Number 1 black, advancing in front of the kicker.
I think it was the number 1 prop for Georgia who's in front of their kicker.
He kept going even before he came up.
Referee signaling offside by the number 1. Samoa choosing to kick for goal. Patrick Rapali will start to take the shot for Samoa. What are your thoughts on the first 20 minutes of this game?
It's pretty even. The only thing that I'm seeing is Georgia has had the territory advantage, attacking the Samoa's line a few times. This is the first time that Samoa's had the opportunity to
We really need these points, man. Don't want to let Georgia get away with winning 9 points at this stage. We need to claw back some of these points. As I was saying before, the June internationals will be an interesting game tonight. New Zealand versus Wales and Australia versus England. Be interesting matchups tonight.
Great rugby as we were about to follow through. Patrick Fapale, number 10 for Samoa, attempting first penalty. Straight through the post, George. That's a good confidence builder for Patrick Fapale. Number 10, Samoa. This one for Ipuna, Alan Whangaloa, currently playing in Femioro.
Georgia 6.
93 to Georgia. We have about 10 minutes to go to halftime. Start off by Mirab, Vichavili for Georgia. High ball.
Advantage. Blue, knock on black.
Knock on by Black. Advantage being played by the ref.
No advantage.
No advantage.
Knock on.
Knock on. Well, referee goes for the scrum.
It's good pressure by Georgia there, George. Following through on the kicks, putting pressure on the little players, forcing the errors.
That chase for Georgia almost had his hands on it. Just lost the ball. Both packs here ready for scrum. They look ragged.
We're seeing a lot of boots being cleaned, so that tells us a little bit about the turf, George.
Let's get excellent. Keep the gap.
Georgia will be playing Fiji and Tonga in the next 2 weeks as they travel to Fiji.
Fine.
As part of the Pacific Tour.
Sit.
Both teams. Just wait for us.
Referee calls up X for the scrums. Sets the mark again for the scrum.
9-3 to Georgia with about 6-7 minutes left in the first half.
Scrum's now set up.
Crouch.
They've already put in the ball for Samoa.
Sit.
Laps. Georgia scrum. Referee signals short bind and bringing it down. That's an infringement on the penalty ordered by the ref against Georgia. Short bind.
Keep working.
One each in the scrum penalties today, George.
Yeah, that's a good battle there. These guys from Georgia, they play the trade in France and in Europe. Very experienced front rowers. I'm sure they'll be using all the tricks, bags of the trade, tricks of the trade to compete in the scrums.
Georgia probably doesn't want to lose that lead heading into halftime. Georgia, they're probably slowing the game down and just slowing the speed of the game.
So ball goes up, goes into Jordan's side, taking up Bagate, strong run from Georgia, goes to the ground. Bagate ready to clear the ball. Is it out? To Fritz, the wing. Bagate ready to clear. Takes it up again, Georgia goes to the ground. Bagate clears the ball. Goes out to the ground.
Advantage, not rolling.
Referee signaling advantage to Georgia.
Playing advantage.
Playing advantage at the moment. Referee ball goes out to Georgia. Strong take up by Georgia. No advantage there.
There was a long advantage applied there by referee Ben O'Keefe, obviously for an infringement earlier.
Be interesting what the infringement was. Rolling signal not rolling. Number 10 the forward for Samoa not rolling. That's the infringement by Samoa. Penalty again. Fullback, mirror up, quick Shivili. Ready to come up to take a shot.
Vicky. Yes, yes. I hope they're not getting maybe.
Ball put out by Mirab Kochevili for Georgia. Set up the line out about 10-15 meters from Georgia.
Once again, good technique there by the Georgian fullback Kochevili. Banana kick, just making sure that they're supposed to go.
So it comes up for Georgia, take it on number 4. Not straight. The field calls not straight for Georgia. That was a wasted opportunity for Georgia. Referee asking scrum call by the ref. Samoa opting for the scrum. There's probably escaped there by Samoa Matthew. But Georgia got that ball.
It was the money ball for Georgia, but unfortunately the throw-in wasn't straight. So another opportunity for Samoa to clear some pressure or to attack with about 3 minutes left in the first half.
The referees setting the mark there for the scrum.
Crouch.
Scrum set there. Was about ready to put it for Samoa. Referee calls reset for the scrum. Both front rowers going down, so referee calling for reset.
It's probably not a bad call by the referee, considering these Northern Hemisphere players, most of our players are based up north, long seasons, 10 months in the winter, and coming to the heat like today. It's probably not a bad thing to have a Kit Kat every now and then.
I feel for these guys, they look really tired. That's these sort of conditions. Although it's overcast, it's still pretty hot out there and humid. Ateva ready to put in for Samoa. He goes in. They pick up for Samoa. Georgia penalized for pulling down the scrum, signaled by the ref. Front row by Georgia pulling the scrum down. So
we see a Samoan player there, number 2, multiple 2, the hooker for Samoa, number 2 has gone down straight after the scrum, so we hope that's not a serious injury.
Georgian captain questioning the ref decision. The ref signaling pulling down the scrum. That's a great shot of the crowd. Probably around about 2 to 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, not much, George. Not much at all by Mike taking.
Sorry, the line out. The good guys got coming in and out. Otherwise, you might be a halfback. Okay.
So the short line out set up, George. Samoa throw.
Ready to throw in the ball for Samoa. Was penalised for Samoa. So Samoan player had his arm ball up in the air, so preventing the Georgian player going for the ball. That was a penalty by the referee. Interference in the air, holding onto the Georgian player in the air. So the captain signals for the shot. Big Shabiri the shot. There's about 2 minutes left in the first half. To Georgia and Samoa, 9-2 from Apia Park. Georgia leading 6-3.
There was a critical penalty here for Quickashvili, the number 15 for Georgia. Exactly the same penalty was 15 minutes ago. He decided to opt for touch this time. He's going for the 3-pointers as we're about to head into halftime.
Merab Quickashvili ready to take the shot at goal. About 45 meters out. Not his natural side as he's the left foot kicker. Not his natural side. Goes for the kick. And goes over.
Fantastic
Great shot
there.
from
Fantastic
Merab
kick.
Quickashvili, fullback for Georgia. Georgia leads now 9-3 in the first half. With about a minute left in this game, live to you from Apia Park. Patrick Fapale ready for kickoff. Short kickoff by Fapale. Ball taken by Georgia. Georgia penalized. Running obstruction against Georgia, ruled by the ref. Player obstructing. I believe it was number 2 for Georgia, running obstruction for the player running to catch the ball for Samoa.
There was Fatoina Autungawaya following through on that short high kick, but obstructed on his way, and he appears to have been injured during that run.
So Patrick Fapale decides, calls for the shot for Samoa. As Patrick Fapale gets ready to
here's the replay as he goes up.
Yes, so that there was a Georgia player that was obstructing as the Samoan player was running through.
Not much in this test match, George.
Yes, it's the
6
first
points.
As you said before, Matthew, there was a bit of feeling out and a lot of kicks from Georgia and going for territory. So I think we'll probably see a lot more in the second half in terms of movement of the ball and
Ball in hand, a little bit more running.
Yeah, I'll probably see a lot more running in the second half. So Patrick gets ready to kick. And over. Patrick Palace, the ref calls halftime. So halftime here at Apia Park. Georgia leads 9-6. Patrick Palace successful with the penalty shot.
Georgia 9.
Well, that's a good result for them heading back into the sheds and ready for the second half, catching up to Georgia, who are leading at 9-3 at one stage. So that's a good result for the Samoan team.
George, if you were the coaching head for Samoa right now, as they head into the injury, what would be a key message from you?
I think probably a little bit more urgency now in the second half. They've got a good. Georgia have got a good kicker in Merab, and also probably trying to touch down on their penalties and the infringements, cut down on those because they've got a good kicker. So that every time they infringe, they'll be punished. So that'll be probably the instructions that Coach Alama would take to his player. But a little bit more urgency, I think.
Yeah, you're right, George. And only a few times, we've seen the loose forwards and the locks of Samoa carry the ball and offload. We look forward to some more of that in the second half.
Well, hopefully we can get a bit of more action. We saw a couple of times when those loose forwards for Samoa carried really strongly for Samoa, so we can do it. I mean, there's certainly that ability for us to do it. So, yeah.
A little bit more continuity, George.
Good. All right, so we halftime here at Apia Park. Halftime between Georgia and Samoa in Apia Park. 9-6 to Georgia. We'll be joining you very shortly. Thank you. Well, Matthew, welcome back to Apia Park. The start of the second half between the game between Samoa and Georgia. You see here entertainment provided by the Samoan Police Force as part of the halftime entertainment for the game here.
George, welcome back to all our visitors from around the world, and as you're seeing, and your viewers, you're seeing our Samoan police about to display their famous Running Man entertainment. That is from the police of Samoa.
Well, I didn't know that Samoan police were so multi-skilled, Matthew.
You know what the saying is, George? Only in Samoa.
Yeah. Here's a shot of the Samoan police band also taking back.
Hey! Hey! Chiva!
Some scenes here, some hilarious scenes here from the back, Matthew. Providing halftime entertainment.
From afar, from Europe, you see some of the old policemen in that serious uniform. Maybe use this as an example. Ask him to do a running man.
Samoan police band ready to leave the field. Looking forward to a good second half. Matthew, both teams sort of holding back, and hopefully we see some free-flowing rugby.
George, we might be seeing some fresh legs, some impact players coming through the last 20, maybe the last 25. We might see some
certainly the impact players who brought on by both sides have been
George, in the first half, I couldn't help but notice the two number 8s, Lepa for Samoa and Mutse for Georgia. Very strong games. Little time they had the ball in hand, defended well.
Some really good carries from the Georgian number 8 Lemitse. Really strong carries, and also we had some good glimpses of the Samoan Joe Lepa, number 8 for Samoa, also making some good carries. Joe Lepa obviously is debuting today for Samoa, and hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of him.
There you go. If you're watching this test match from Apia Park, the home of rugby in Samoa, you're seeing the Samoan flag waving around. You're seeing a bit of sunshine come up, and a lot more fans here in the second half as we're about to witness the second half of the Manu Samoa, Georgia. Georgia leads Samoa by 9-6.
Samoa off next week to play Fiji in Suva as part of the summer tests between Samoa, Fiji, and Tonga. And then the week after, Samoa will play Tonga here at Apia Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Manu Samoa and Georgia.
Here's Manu Samoa back on Apia Park, ready to start the second half as we await Georgia.
The sun coming out here at Apia Park.
Traditionally, if you're viewing this from overseas, traditionally in Apia Park, when we kick off at 3 o'clock, traditionally the second half, you see a little bit of sunshine, but it's cooler. We tend to have a little more rugby.
To see more action from Alfonso Liva, who had a great game against the All Blacks. Last year he scored that try. The All Blacks, hopefully we can see a bit more of him.
Bob and Alfonso Liva implies his trade recently in Bath in the English Premiership. And,
it's all muscle, Matthew, all muscle.
Muscle game, huh? What a beautiful setting here at Apia Park. The second half of this test match. Georgia 9, Manu Samoa 6.
Georgian fullback Merab Bakshivili ready to start the game.
Blue captain.
Referee signals start of the second half here at Apia Park. Ball taken by Samoa, passing to number 8 Joe Lepa, who has a good run. Ball goes back. Knock on by Georgia. Advantage being played. Being played by...
Knock on. Offside, kick the ball.
Good start the second half by Samoa. George with Husanga there. Husanga making that break and offloading to number 8, Lepa. Penalty Samoa.
Good start by Samoa in the second half. Patrick Fapale ready to take the shot at goal. It's about 40 meters out. It's about 40 meters out from the goal. Patrick Fapale gets ready to kick the ball.
So far, he's 100%. He's kicked 2 out of 2, and he's about to attempt his third shot at goal.
Successful shot there by Fapale. He's at the score to 9-0. 5 minutes into the second half. The game against Georgia and Samoa here at Apia Park.
You can hear the crowd from here, George. The crowd is getting liver. And,
Excitement building up. Mirab kicks off for Georgia. Starts. Ball taken by Botomotu. Is it Afmasanga for Samoa? Ball cleared by Platevao. Samoa kicks. Ball taken by Georgia. Up and under, put up by Georgia. Ball taken by Patrick Fapale, is held by Georgia, goes to ground. Ball cleared by Platevao. Passes it into James Johnston. Ball being set up. Platevao clears the ball. Runs in. Lafoti Fausiliva, strong carry by Lafoti. Being held up by Georgia. Platevao clears. Ball goes out, see someone backline, held up by Georgia. Very good defense from Georgia. Platevao against clears the ball. Quick hands to Fatingale Malu. Out to Ray again. Again, good passing. Here's the ball. He stands there, waits for Ray ball. He goes to ground. Ball there, Georgia. Ball cleared there for Samoa. Hands on the by Malu. Osiliva goes out to David Lemmy, who puts in a grubber kick. He picks it up and scores into the post. Great try from Samoa.
That's a great vision by the Samoa captain, David Lemmy. You see his new bounce off the goalpost, and he scores on the goalpost by following through. Good pressure, good sustained pressure, and just building up some phase by Samoa.
Well, there's a bit of excitement there from the crowd. Following that good try from Samoa. That's what I was talking about, Matt.
Yes.
Bit of excitement, and yeah, we got it.
Well, we're seeing the men running hard and low. Falsi Levi, Lepa, Teofimo, they're creating the pressure, just giving us a bit more space to operate as a back on.
Great try there. I think the ref was also playing advantage just before the try. Frenchman by Georgia.
It's good to see, George. Getting that advantage, so you can turn it into
playing
points.
The advantage, yes.
Patrick Fapale attempting the conversion straight in front of the post, about 20 meters. And through it goes. Manu Samoa 14, Georgia 9.
You see a grubber by David Lemmy, who follows up his own kick. He dives on the post for the try. Captain Courageous, David Lemmy.
Yeah,
One of the smallest players on the field today.
Probably the smallest winger in Test rugby, George.
Ball by Georgia, carried up by Sharikatse for Georgia. Ball comes out to the back.
Fine. Yeah.
Katse clears. Little kick by Georgia.
Carnage, lost forward. Advantage. Knock on.
There's a knock on.
Similar sort of tactic going, George, for what Samoa did before. And Georgia doing the same thing. Lost control of the ball.
Thumbs up here. You're up.
Samoa 16, Georgia 9. One try in this match so far.
Bit of a drinks break from players. A shot over the crowd enjoying themselves here at Apia Park. See here, ball goes up, Fasiliva, passes to Kevin Lemmy, grabber kicks, collects his own kick.
You see the number 15 Georgia in the first line of defense, so he was nowhere near home. David, that's what vision.
Yes, it's coming for you.
See the crowd
Check
enjoying
on the
themselves.
22.
Oh, we get all sorts here, Matthew.
Okay. So, perfect. Okay. Had a chat to him about his height, okay? You just stay straight as well.
Scrum set here on the 22-metre line. Giorgio to put in. That's there. Back for Giorgio who would put in. Oh, there's a lot of talking there in front row. Between front rows.
Crouch! Bind!
Crouching, binding.
Sit!
Put in by Giorgio. Collapse
Done
there.
it! Tight head in angle.
Well, comes out. Tinga penalty against Samoa. Looks like
Tight head in. Tight head in.
I think it's an infringement at the scrum against the Samoan tight head. Signal work by the ref going in.
Second time that's happened by Georgia. Second infringement.
First time was by Georgia, but now it's by Samoa. Again, so they've got some issues there with the scrummaging from both sides. Both sides. So the tight head for Samoa going in.
Georgia hard on attack. Line out.
So line out by 5 meters from the try line. Throw in by the Gatse for Georgia, taken in by Georgia. A good run from Georgia and number 3. Iraqi, he sets it up. 5 meters out from the try line. Captain Sukashvili ready to play halfback, but runs back. Ball set up by Georgia again. 5 meters out on the Samoan try line. Georgian forwards driving it up. Ball comes out. Another drive by the Georgian forwards. Another drive. Almost 2 meters out from the try line. Strong drive from Georgia. Another strong referee signals. Again, Georgia kept on the try line, 2 meters out. Penalty against some far offside. Referee was playing advantage there for a while. Samoa penalised for being offside. Some strong surges by the Georgian forwards there.
George just a couple of phases before and saw Dugani, he made that stop. So great defense of hitting the ball carrier and turning it over. Otherwise you could have seen a different result from George.
Radkushavili, fullback, kicking it out. Going for the line out again, Georgia. Jabba Bragatse, the hooker for Georgia, ready to throw in the ball. 2 meters out. Georgia gets the ball, ready to drive. They're driving hard, Georgia, using their strong forwards to drive up the ball. They're driving up and have scored. Strong drive by Georgia. Ball up. Georgia using their strengths.
I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing. First try.
Looks like it's from Bloggy, Trishavili. The try score here. They've got some big forwards here for the Georgian team. Even the number 7s are pretty big. So Yogi Tilashvili, number 7 for Georgia, scoring the try.
That's good technical. Never let go of the head. Keep driving, keep pumping the legs.
Well,
The try line.
Georgia are using their strengths in the forwards to drive that ball up to score that try. There's Mirab Quikshavili, fullback. Is ready to take the conversion about 23 meters out on the left-hand side. And the conversion is successful from Mirab. So there was a great response from Georgia following the Samoan try. Scores number 16-0. Pali ready to restart. High ball taken by Otonga. Great take by Otonga. Ball out to Tivo, who makes a run. Goes into the ground. Ball on the ground. So he penalizes Samoa.
A little bit of isolation there, George.
Yes, holding on to the ball. This penalty.
Second, third man coming in a little bit.
Bit of relief there for Georgia. Samoan was attacking strongly. Bit of a reprieve there for Georgia. Amlatse. Kick the ball out. To his left-hand side.
Been watching the line speed by the Georgian line of defense. It's very quick. They come off the line very quick.
Georgia ready to throw in. Ball goes out to Georgia. Backline. Taken strongly up by the number 5, Gyoki Namsatse. Ball comes out. Missed by the fullback, Noah, who misses it again. Was penalized for offside. Player was offside, signaled by the ref. Penalty to Samoa.
Opportunity for Samoa. All started from the misdirected pass from the Georgian halfback. Big outs it.
Patrick Fapale to the left to take the shot. Well, it's been all excitement the second half. 2 tries scored already and a penalty. So in the space of about 15-20 minutes.
Totally different from the first half. Yeah. A little bit stop and start, but so far we're seeing a bit more running rugby.
Take the shot. Make the shot.
Well, George.
Great result from Patrick Fapale. So Samoa leads Georgia 19 points to 16. 10 minutes into the second half. Start by Georgia. Well taken, dropped by Samoa, but picked up again by Manu Samoa, who lays it up. Cleared by Bolate Val. Patrick Fapale puts up the high kick. Well taken by Mirab, the fullback for Georgia. It's a long tip. Just out on the full there.
George.
Yeah.
That will give Samoa a great attacking opportunity 30 meters out from the try.
Lucky there for Samoa. That ball just went onto the full. Just. You're watching live from wherever you're watching. This game is going out live to Europe and to Australia, New Zealand, to Fiji and Tonga, Bulavinaka, to our fans in Fiji watching this game. Ball taken by Samoa, driven up by Samoan forwards. Great drive by Samoa on the back, ball in the back by Motumotu, holds on to the ball as they continue the drive. Fatinga Malu holds it at the back of the ball, has a good strong run, goes to the ground, taken by Georgia. Ball cleared by Motumotu, who takes it up, picks it up and runs. Unfortunately loses the ball. Ball passed down to Georgia, takes it up. Ball cleared. puts up an up and under. Drive them out.
George, we've just seen an example of David and Goliath. That is fantastic effort from the Samoan captain.
Taking up the number 8 man twice his size.
Limits is no small man. He is one solid big man.
Great run and chase by David Limits. You see here, Limits, number 8 for Georgia, takes the ball. Stands his ground with David Lemmy chases, throws the tongue. David doesn't fall for it, but takes him on, holds on to him for his dear life. They bundle him out. Great chase from David.
Great determination.
Someone playing Motu.
Seeing the Samoan hooker multiple coming off. We have on the bench number 16, say Lala Lamb.
Number 16, say Lala Lamb.
Georgia takes the ball, pass it out to their captain. Strong drive by Georgia. Gatse pass it out. Again taken up by the number 8. Lemitse, strong in the tackle, holds up the ball. Ball on the ground for Georgia. Gatse passes it out. Hamatse, he kicks it down. Ball chased by David Lemmy. Lemmy puts it out, long kick. And finds touch. Well, there was a long stretch of play there. Matt.
Probably a relief from both sides of both Georgia and the Second half gets him here into the lungs. It's been a bit of to and fro.
Probably seen a couple of changes from both sides. Samoan hooker.
Multiple number 2 has gone off, and say Lala, we believe say Lala Land number 16 for Samoa is coming to replacement.
So James Johnston here giving the field.
Yes, George, we have on the front row bench we have Jake Gray and also Nuuli Lene. So let's see who's replacing James Johnston.
Also, I think there's a change in the Georgian halfback. Pegatse appears to be replaced as well. Long throw to Georgia, taken down by Georgia. So we have a new halfback for Georgia, number 21, Vasha Kutsavili. Kutsavili, he's now the new halfback for Georgia. Number 21, passes it out. Georgia holds it up. Kutsavili, passes it out. High for the ball, knocks it on. Advantage being played. Advantage to Georgia.
There's a few players on the ground and the medical staff are also in the field, so a little bit of traffic confusion here. The referee is trying to control the injuries.
So we have a change to Samoa, number 3. James Johnson has left the field, and we have Jake Gray taking his place in the front row for Samoa. Also have new front row for Georgia, number 17 coming on. Zurabi Zavania for Georgia. Scrum set. 10 meters out. Ball to be put in by the new halfback for Georgia, Vasakut Shavili.
5, 6.
Scrum collapses. Samoa.
You lost your bond.
Another full-on penalty.
Illegal binding by Samoa. Signals the referee. And Georgia has signaled to take the penalty as Merab Kuchavili, 15 for Georgia, steps up to take the penalty at about 30, 40 meters, 38 meters in the try line. So that was an illegal binding by Samoa, loose hit at the scrum, resulting in that penalty to Georgia.
So far, two changes to both teams. George, front row change and a halfback change to Georgia. With Samoa changing its hooker and tight end.
Also seen a change of the hooker for Georgia, number 16 coming on, Shalva Mamukshavili. 16 for Georgia. But in fact, the whole front row for Georgia has now changed. We've got 16, 17 and 18 on. So Georgia. There's now 19 all. But Merab Kuchavili successful. 19 all. Score hit at Apia Park as Patrick kicks off for Samoa. Ball taken by Georgia. Taken by the number 8, Salamitse, who goes on the ground, sets the ball up. Ball to be cleared by the new halfback, Kuchavili. Ball taken by Atinavaya. He makes a run, good run. Nice pass to Alafoti for Saliva on the run. He sets the ball up. Atinavaya acting up as a halfback there. Picked up strongly by Len, the new hooker for Samoa.
Scrum only accidental into his own man.
Accidental obstruction.
Accidental running into his man by Samoa, unfortunately, resulting in the scrum there.
We have some fresh front rows, just about the whole 6 of them have been changed. George.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough out there, so those guys would be pretty happy to get on the field to change the guys that were they started.
5, 6.
No, never did, mate. Never did. So we have Kuchavili ready to put in. Scrum collapses again. Put in by Georgia.
Cross the front, okay?
Georgia 19. Halfway through the second.
Crouch. 5, 6.
Kuchavili ready to put in the ball for Georgia. The free series a penalty. Knee on the ground is the penalty as the referee points to Samoa. Knee on the ground by the front row is the penalty awarded against Samoa. Some of these infringements from the scrum are just starting to mount against Samoa. Matt?
It's costing superstition.
Yes.
I'm sure Samoa's coach Alama Yormia will be concerned about
Quite concerned about these infringements at the scrum as Merab gets the ball out. It's Lasha Hamlatse for Georgia, number 10 for Georgia. Georgia ready to find the ball. Put by Samoa, taken by the number 8. Strong run from Samoa. Actually taken, stolen by Georgia. The number 4. Gyogi Kaitse.
First knock on by Blue.
First knock on by Blue.
Second play knock on by
The referee awards the penalty to Georgia. Some mistakes creeping in a bit, Matt.
Just a few little unforced errors, which is stopping the momentum of the game.
Maybe because they've got some new players, just trying to get used to it, to the pace and dropping the ball and moves too, come into the test occasion. Here we have number 4 for Georgia, Yogi Chaitse. Number 4 for Georgia, receiving some attention from the medical staff there. Looks some ice on his face. Poor guy can probably feel the heat out there. Has come off to Samoa and is replaced. See who's replaced TJ Running.
We have on the on-left four, a dynamic young open side for Samoa. One of these good
to see him running around the local place, going for Viola, who's come on to replace TJ Running. And a good drive there from the Georgian scrum, going for about 10-15 meters. Great push from Georgia. Now ball picked up. Advantage being played by the referee. Nope. Advantage being played by the referee. And awarding the penalty to Georgia as a result of that long by Samoa.
There we see Manu Samoa, number 4, lock, just saying a few words of encouragement. Key message to the boys.
Merab Kochevini puts the ball out. About 7 meters out from the try line. I can see it, a little bit of momentum swinging towards Georgia here. Matthew. Yes.
Penalties, but those are convertible penalties in territory.
It's a bit dangerous here. I think a dangerous situation to be in for Samoa. Ball thrown in. Georgia loses the ball. Taken in by Platevao, who has a run. Goes on to run, sets it up and passes it on to Lam, new hooker, who makes a strong run. Sets the ball on the ground. Platevao passes it out. Patrick Fapale clears the ball. 40 meters down. Wonderful. Well, that's a great clearance and great escape from Samoa. They're in a very, very dangerous position there. The Georgian foes ready to rumble. Great reprieve for Samoa.
I say a lot of Lambs, just a little bit of background, 2 new players, 2 young players. Hails from the village of Monte
if we're having a few words to those 2 players. One there for Samoa. Goes out, taken by Georgia. Goes out. This cute kick there goes right up. Anybody's ball. Knockdown advantage. Samoa takes it. David Lemmy puts it up. Up and under. Advantage still being played. And kicked by Georgia. Tojua, the winger. Platevao, who makes a run, passes it out. From Masanga, who puts the ball up and will taken again by Murray, the fullback, and thrown to the ground by Samoa. There comes into the Samoan side, cleared by Platevao, standing off, and ball lost by Samoa. Oh, there's a big comedy of errors there. Both sides making mistakes there.
Just reminds me of younger days in rugby.
I never dropped the ball, mate.
Anything goes.
Well, there was a lot of action there, but not going anywhere.
Usually one more change, another change for Georgia.
Johnson seems to be coming back on. We have one of the locks for Georgia, number 4, Yogi Chaitse, being replaced.
bench, number 19, Nordar Shishvili. Wonder if he will be coming on.
Coming on for Georgi Chaitsa. Both teams ringing the changes with probably 15-20 minutes to go. The shot there of Jake Gray taking the bench again. I think James Johnson has come back on into the tightest time.
George, 2 years ago, this was exactly the same position in the second half. So we're seeing a repeat of 2014. Very close game. It's a game headed to South Africa.
Well, I hope there's no repeat of the result, though. So we see for Samoa we have a change at halfback. On for Samoa.
The number 20 is the only 5-4 on the open side. Let's see if there's been any changes at halfback for Samoa.
Oh, we see there's a change to the fullback for Georgia, number 15, Merab Kukshavili has left the field, and in place.
Here's a shot of Fatuina out in Apia, number 14 for Manu Samoa. Experienced sevens campaign, number of years in the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series, now applying his trade in Europe.
That's about to pull in the ball for Samoa. If we have the wet in the front rows. Scores tied up at 19-90 on the Japan. 25 minutes left in the second half. The ball past us. The good through taken by Todua.
With a mark.
With a mark. Sandro Todua for Georgia. Winger, number 11. Kicks it, doesn't go out. Taken by Samoa. Taken by Lamb, the hooker. New hooker who's coming. Strong run from carry from Lamb. He goes to ground. He puts the ball down. Vau. Passes it in to Ray Lulo. It steps. Sets it again. Ball lost. To pick up by Georgia. Off for blue foot. The ball lost again. Vau has the ball. Sets it up for Samoa. The same inside. So into passing by Samoa into Atanavaya. Runs in. Sets up the ball. No halfback there. Patrick Vapali plays halfback. Strong run. Ball lost again. Kick down by Georgia. There's a number of turnovers there. No security of the pill there.
He's getting brought to ground, no support, and Georgia in this instance giving their hands early in the ball and then the kicking position will keep it in the next half.
That was a strong run now. Lamb, the new hooker's made got an impression coming on. Had a few strong carries.
Yeah, so Lala Lamb, he's been quite effective. Very talented and good defense.
Not straight throw. Numbers in the referee, running numbers. Good tap by Vau. Runs out. The 3
meters advantage from
10 meters. Georgia takes on by Joe Lipper. Strong carry, but strong tackle by Georgia. James Johnson holds it up. Goes to ground. David Lemmy plays halfback. Joe Vau passes. Long kick. Doesn't find touch. Picked up by Georgia. Returns the kick. Patrick Vapali takes it. Puts it out.
Not much in the game, George. You know, it's like a seesaw. One kicking, pressure on the back three. We'll see some changes for Samoa. 17 for Samoa coming on. His front rower, Iwuri Lene. Number 23 for Samoa coming on. Manu Samoa, outside back.
Both teams ringing in the changes. Atanavaya leaves the field. Tonve's been pretty sound at the back there, Matt.
He's reliable. Not much opportunity to attack out wide, but he's under the handle.
Comes up for Georgia. Strong carry.
Up, lost!
Well
Blue,
set
lost!
up.
Damage.
And it's been played by the referee. Strong run. Front run. And back on Georgia.
Knock on here.
Referee playing at no advantage.
On your feet.
Knock on, no advantage. Penalty awarded, going back to the infringement.
George, as we await the penalty, there's also another important fact about this test match. The World Cup qualifier for 2019, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first match between Georgia and Samoa, and then there's a return match in November in Tbilisi. Overall winner of the Euro will go to World Cup, qualify for World Cup 2019.
So the results of these games are very, very important. Implications of today's games, as you rightly pointed out, Matthew, very, very important for both teams. Besides the outcome of qualification. So we have Lasha Malaguratse taking the kick. Gets it to the side.
That will be a relief for Samoa, just slightly to the left of the goalpost. Samoa 19, Georgia 19. Not long to go, George.
Vapali ready to put the ball up. Caught by Lasha Malaguratse, puts the ball up. Georgia. They'll set up on the ground. They're dropped by Georgia. Put through by Samoa. Wonderful played. David Lemmy on the chase. Strong run by David Lemmy.
Back now, no hand!
Georgia, ball on the Georgia side. Ready to be cleared. Good Chivili, ready to clear the ball. Clears it out to the wing.
Pressure there from Samoa's captain, just chasing through on that long kick. Now we have a attacking line out for Samoa in the Georgian 22. Can't be long to go, George.
We've got a line out there. Samoa for a win. Now we're looking for a win for Samoa. So number
he's had a solid game for Georgia, George.
Mopani leaves the field. Yes. So both teams ringing in the changes. With about 10-15 minutes to go. And I'm ready to throw in. But by foul, Fatima Manu. Strong running on the side, passing. Jump by Samoa, picked up by Portobal. He lays it down. Captain throws it to Ram and pulls it strongly. Strong run. And Samoa driven back by Georgia. Jabbar clears, ready to clear. Strong run again by Lamb, who's made some really strong carries. Played by Rayleigh Low. He hasn't had many opportunities today. If Masanga loses it, advantage lost forward. Lost
Knock on.
two knock-ons there. First by blue and the second by black. Red, blues, black scrum. First scrum, first knock on by blue.
Yeah, this is just a classic case there, George, of Msanga getting ball and man at the same time. And just forcing that knock on.
Score still tied at 19-all here at Apia Park. You see a shot from Msanga and off the net forward. Injury break here. Well, it's last few minutes of the game. It's pretty exciting. The game tied up.
It's been to and fro all along, George. We've seen some good running, but now it's just gone back to that kick and chase, and then whoever makes the mistake will probably pay for it in the end.
The shots out, the crowd's getting excited.
Important scrum for Georgia. Here, George.
Yes,
We want Samoa to dominate and screw the scrum.
Really ready to put in the ball for Georgia. Picked up by Samoa. Samoa penalized. Referee points to infringement again in the scrum. Binding by the Samoan prop lost his binding peers. So it's an infringement again. Samoa having a bit of trouble in the scrums. A few infringements resulting from the scrum.
And a few penalties, George.
Yes. So line out here about 45 meters. Yes, we have a new halfback for Samoa.
Number 21, Danny Justala.
Justala replacing Plotting Bow.
He's currently playing in Ponton B, Auckland.
Danny Justala was part of the earlier part of the Samoan Sevens team.
That's right, George.
Now been promoted up to the 15 side.
Very quick, very nippy player.
Georgia ready to throw in. Well taken in by Georgia, driving up the ball, driving the ball up. Keeping the ball wide. Using their forwards to drive in with their strength.
That's a great effort from Samoa, George, just forcing the turnover.
There's that ref signaling that the black player went down. There's a good response from Samoan forwards. Referee calls for time off. So is Georgian players feeling the heat of it. Hands on haunches.
Now we're seeing some heavy breathing.
There's some heavy breathing.
Samoa, George is probably looking to either force a penalty or keep the ball in hand and just try to create some pressure and hopefully score some points, and likewise for Georgia.
Near to half line. Then it is the halfback for Samoa ready to put in. Scrum breaking up again. And Rose discussing the binding techniques.
There's been plenty of that today, George.
Yes.
Must be a new era for front row rugby. Plenty of discussion.
Danny Tustella ready to put in again. Scrum's ready to be set again.
Crouch. 5. 6.
Not long to go now in the game here at Apia Park. Only a few minutes left for scrum. At close to halfway. Game tied up at 19 all. As Danny Tusala is ready to put ball in.
5, 6.
Scrum set up again. Laps.
This way. Forward.
Frenchman again in the scrum. Samoa penalised for pushing through before the ball comes in. We've had a lot of problems with the scrums today. Could be a crucial moment of the game. As scores are tied at 19 all with only a few minutes left in the game. Georgia calls for the scrum. Number of scrums being set up again, same spot. Put in awarded to Georgia for the scrum. Scrum half. Lasha Malakuratse for Georgia really put in the ball. Lasha puts the ball in. Goes in. Scrum collapsing again. Management playing by the ref. Ball goes out to Georgia. Ball goes out. Taken by Samoa. Penalty against Samoa, taken by the referee. As a result, an infringement in the scrum. The captain asking the ref for how many times left, or how much time is left. For Georgia, put the ball out on the full, one touch. So, probably a minute left in the game here at Apia Park. Tries, scores tied up at 19 all. Line up, 2 meter line. Georgia throw in. Probably a minute left in this game. Georgia throws it in. Ball taken by Georgian forwards. Hold the ball in. They start a drive. Start driving. And the Georgian backs joining into the maul. Referee calling the Georgians to use the ball in as they drive the ball. Georgia takes it up. They keep the driving going. Georgia. Ball comes out. About 10 meters out from the try line. Time's up. Georgia ready to pass the ball out. They take it up strongly. Again on the ball, with the ball on the ground, laid up for Georgia. About 8 minutes out. They pass it out to the forwards. That comes out again. Chased by Samoa. Taken up by Georgia. Time's ready. Is up here at the park. Pick and go by the Georgian forwards. Pick and go. Go on the right side. Stopped by Samoan forwards. And pick and go for the Georgian forwards. Ready for the drop goal by Georgia. Just misses the uprights. And the game is over here at Apia Park. Full time. It's a draw, 19-all. So here's your result here at Apia Park. After 80 minutes, game is finished here at Apia Park. The draw 19-all to Samoa and Georgia in this game at Apia Park. Both players from both sides.
Here to build
Broadcast live from Georgia 19. After 80 minutes, as both sides ready to leave the field. So thank you if you're tuning in from wherever you're tuning in from Europe or Australia, New Zealand. Thank you for tuning in to TV Samoa, TV1 Samoa. This live broadcast of this match between Samoa and Georgia. Both players, both teams congratulate each other and get ready for the presentations. For games against Fiji and Tonga in the next 2 weeks as part of the South Pacific tour. Good luck to them as they take on those two teams. There'll be no revenge for Samoa for its result of the last game they had in Georgia in 2013 where Georgia prevailed. And today it's a draw between two teams. Probably not the result that both teams wanted, but they just have to settle for the draw today. There's some good movement, good tries scored by both sides, especially in the second half, but also got a lot of mistakes, a lot of infringements in the scrums for Samoa, which is a lot of work for Coach Alome and me to work on, especially with a number of new players in their squad. As we go down to the interviews for both captains, David Lemmy for Samoa and Shaba Sachir-Shvili for Georgia.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your support.
But today, I would like to thank the Lord. It's at the beginning of the please put up their hand. Show like how mean to them to play for the blue jersey. Coming back home is always a privilege and honor to captain this.
Today is those qualifiers.
Like I say, like the group today, just step forward. Manu Samoa,
until the 25th of June. Thank you so much. God bless. Pass your forward.
Very good team. We had a very good opposition today. We have to honor their good play, and but it was a bit a difficult one because of the weather conditions and the climate change.
And obviously, a lot of the Samoan players you played together in Europe and France and Britain, coming back after a long season. How was the conditions today for your players?
How was the what?
How was the condition? How was the weather?
ზუსტად ეგ იყო გაპირობებული გრძელი სეზონი ჩავატარეთ სოფლიოს შემდეგ და განსხვავებული კლიმატების გამო ცოტა ტემპი იყო დაორდილი, იმიტომ რომ დაღლილები ვართ და ჭირდება ცოტა დრო ადაპტაცია.
It was a very long season after the World Cup, and that was the case. We were a little slow because of the weather conditions and the climate change and the time change, and we need some more time to adapt to these conditions.
We noticed from watching your forward pack, you wanted to keep the ball tight. Was that part of your game plan today?
ჩვენი უპირატესობა, რა თქმა უნდა, შერკინება და ბაზირებული ვართ ამ თამაშზე, თუნდაც All Blacks ამ ტაქტიკით ვეთამაშე და ულოცავ ჩვენ ბიჭებს კარგი შერკინებისთვის და კარგი თამაში.
Our strength is of course our forward pack, and even with the All Blacks we played with this tactics, so I want to congratulate my team and go for a good game.
This is a very special occasion. It's the first time you visited our shores in Samoa to play Manu Samoa here in Apia Park. How has been the week been for you to be here with the Samoan people?
კიდევ ერთხელ დიდი მადლობა კარგი მასპინძლობისთვის. ძალიან კარგად ვცნობდი თავს. კიდევ ვიმეორებ, რომ ჩვენც ესეთი ქვეყანა ვართ, მიყვარს სტუმარი და ვიცის სტუმრის პატივისცემა. და დიდი მადლობა სულ ასეთი მასპინძლობია.
We want to thank on behalf of the whole Georgia national team, Samoa, for a very warm welcome. We are very similar because we also like to welcome our guests with a great hospitality, and thank you again for the great welcome you had for us.
Enjoy the rest of Samoa and all the best for your match against Tonga.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right.